So today we're gonna show the new rimless tank that I said I was gonna get, and it's finally here. So this is the Innovative Marine 20-gallon. I guess so the official name is the the Nuvo Black Nano 20. Well, if you ever go to look this up, there's actually get this focus. There's actually two tanks just like this. There's one that has a built-in back filter, which is just like, a little box back here that's built in for filtration. And that's basically made for the salt water. You can use it for freshwater too. It's just more expensive. It's like 200 to 250. So, but if you type in Innovative Marine Innovlac, I don't know how to pronounce that, but I think it's Innovac 20. It'll probably come up with the obviously with the one that has the back filter, and then you'll eventually come across the, if you type in, let me see, because yeah, you type in that right there. If you type in that exact, you should get this tank right here, which doesn't have the back filter, but it does have this smoky glass back to it. And that's basically the one, the cheaper one. This is $105. You might get it for $100 depending on what website you get it, but usually they're all like $105, $106, which is, if we all know rimless tanks, is pretty good price for a rimless tank. Because I wanted an 88 tank, but to get the 20-gallon, I forget what it cost, like 300, 200, just something outrageous. I know it was like 300 or 400 for an 88 tank, and I didn't feel like paying that. And so we got this one, which seems just as nice. The silicone jobs, they're, if you haven't seen a rimless tank, I mean, you would see why they're, more expensive. Obviously they look way nicer, just seamless, modern. And it's just the silicone job is like so seamless. Very nice. You can't even see the silicone at all, because it's actually, you can see the joints. It's just this kind of silicone in front of it, so there's no like silicone like all on here or anything. It's all glued or siliconed in there, so you can't even see the silicone or can't feel it inside the tank at all. But on the website it does say, pull this out, you can kind of see here, it's not fully black. It's actually, on the website it does say smoked black, but in the picture it shows like it's fully dark black on the back panel. Well, it's actually smoked out, which if I put my hand behind there, you can still see it. But that's not a problem. It's basically this. You can kind of think of it as like a tinted window. You can still somewhat see through it, but it still blocks out whatever's behind there. But other than that, very nice tank. I'll try to buy some of the stuff, some of the main stuff that would be kind of cool to video, but buy some of the lights and filters. Get some of the usual stuff today. It's all gonna have to come offline because none of my pet stores sell, Finex lights or any of that. So I'll have to go and get that. But the light I'm getting is the Finex Planet Plus SE, not just the Planet Plus, but the SE version just came out. Actually, it came out like 9 months ago, like to a year. So it's still fairly new though. But if you've seen them, it has the new glass mounts, so it kind of raises the tank height and it can go back and forth, so it makes it a lot nicer. It'll be really cool to see that light on here. I wanted the twin star, but if you ever looked at twin stars for this tank, it'd be like $150. Wouldn't mind paying that, but at the same time I'm not going to rerun in CO2 at first, and so having that much light is just going to cause a bunch of algae more than anything. So I think we need to back off, do something still high tech, but it's back off between the really high tech lights. But we will eventually get CO2. The one I want is, I think there's an 88 one that I want, but it's like $200, so we'll have to wait on that. But I do plan to get eventually CO2 going in this tank. But filters, I was gonna do the well, I still probably will do the Alka Clear 30, but depending on I have to count money, but I might just do the canister fuels and get the smallest one, which does like 20 gallons, 20 to 30. And I think that'd work perfect because it's still gonna be plenty of filtration. Fluval canisters, I mean, it'll say like 20 to 30 gallons, but I think it can do way more than that. There's so much media inside those things. I didn't realize the smaller ones had so much media when I looked it up online. So I might actually really consider, because I have a gift card, but I don't think Petco sells Fluval, so yeah, that's gonna suck. Cause I think I could have used my, gift card on get a nicer filter. But if we have to, we'll just get the, Aqua Clear. There's no problem with that. Aqua Clears are still great, but other than that, we'll probably get ADA soil. Well, I was gonna get ADA, one bag of ADA and one bag of Definer ADA to put on top. That helps foreground plants grow a lot better. Well, which that's what they say. I haven't tested that, but I think one bag's gonna be plenty enough for this. Really for this tank not being that big, so I don't think I'm need to get another bag of it. So because if I get another bag of just the finer stuff, I'm only gonna do the top layer with the fine. So it's gonna be. I don't want to spend $100 on substrate when I don't have to. But when we need eventually, well not eventually, but get I think I want to do some like ADA sand too in the front. Maybe do some white, or it's not really white, but I really like ADA. Their white sand looks. It's not so much like really bright white like some of the sand. I don't know. It's different looking, but. And then the scape's gonna be serious stone. We'll try to do some really cool scape with serious stone. I'll definitely show you guys when I get that done. I think it's gonna be pretty cool. If you ever seen, all those really cool rockscapes on Instagram or even YouTube, that's basically what I'm trying to go for. Have kind of like, I'm trying to create kind of a mountainscape, and there's obviously terms for that, what that's called, but try to do something cool. Try to fill the entire tank mostly, still leave enough room for the fish. And about the fish, we are doing an Amazon puffer, that is confirmed. I was gonna do a pistogrammus and do, maybe a double red or a bright red or triple red, and get some really cool pictogrammas, ones that are like $50 a piece, and get a pair of them going in this tank, maybe some shrimp. But as cool as that sounds, and I really want to do that, but I think a pufferfish is way more unique. And some people have gotten dwarf puffers this year that was my first option, and I can go get dwarf puffers whenever I want, because right now my pet store has pretty good amount of them. But I don't think dwarf puffers, so many people have gotten them this year, I'm starting to not like them no more. So I've been, for the past, months now, I've been really looking at Amazon puffers. A little more rare, more and more harder. But I think they'd be a cool addition. They get 5 inches, or at least, in a tank 3 or 4 inches. I think that'd be just a cool, that's just going to be such a unique fish to have in this tank. Better than what we could ever put in here. It's going to become a very personal fish, probably, just like this Plecto that I have, this 40 gallon. And about this tank, we got the carpets replaced. So this tank was actually not even set up for like a week or somewhat like that. And so it's just now filled up, and it's redoing its thing. So there's no fishing right now. All the fish are in a 10 gallon getting set up. But we might have to eventually buy more fish for this tank, because there's really not that much fish. Once it looks like a lot of fish, but I took them out and put it all in the 10 gallon. And if you look at my 10 gallon, there's like no fish in it. So like this 40 gallon has like, this big old tank has like no fish in it. So we might have to get like a group of like 25 neons or cardinals, something like that. Might do something really cool eventually, but right now we're just working on, this tank. But basically we want to do a really nice planting, get some dwarf grass. I might not buy it right away because dwarf grass just it's a little difficult when trying to plant it in a newly set up tank, but we'll try to do it as soon as possible. But that's basically the tank. Or at least, if you want to know the measurements, it's 2 feet long, 13 inches tall, and then the width is 15. Which I thought the height was 15, which doesn't matter because I actually like that it's like so wide. lets us have more depth in our escape later on. But if you want any information, that gives you a little more. Yeah, that's basically all. Everything, and it says who's inspected by. Make sure that it's not gonna leak or pop on you. But yeah, really nice tank. Nice build. I mean, you might be worried that it's only $105 for a rimless tank, and that might sound cheap, but I would say buy this because I mean this thing is so nice. I mean, I really don't know how 88 tanks can get any better than this. It's like I don't know what. I guess I know the glass is a lot better, but I really don't know what other better you could want out of a rimless tank than this. It's perfectly fine. It'll do the job. Really thick glass. So, so if you really want a cheap, really not cheap because it's still pretty expensive for a 20-gallon tank, but if you want something really nice, buy this one. And even the one with the back built-in filter in the back, that one's even worth it too. I mean, $200, and you get big old space for all your filtration back there. It's very worth it. But yeah, I mean, comment, like, subscribe, and you got any questions about this tank, or you want a link to where you can buy it, I can definitely send you one. Um, if you know where you can get some Amazon puffers, that would be helpful. So put that in the comments definitely, because you would get multiple shoutouts if you can find me some Amazon puffers, because I cannot find them right now. I don't know if they're extinct. I don't know what's going on, but they're legit impossible to find. Like every website I've been to, they're out of stock or out of season. So we'll just see. But we have time, so it's not like we need an Amazon puffer right now because it's very sensitive. So we need a really established tank before we even put anything in here. But yeah, comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you at the next one.